The first question is, do plants need food? We all know that animals need food to stay alive, but do plants need food too? In our daily life, this question may bother many people. So, today, let's explore the survival of plants together and answer this question. Like people, plants need food to grow healthy and strong, and to absorb various nutrients from them. First of all, in the process of growth, plants need to continuously take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, which is often referred to as photosynthesis. Specifically, plants use light energy, carbon dioxide and water to produce glucose, which is food and oxygen in the plant. This process is known as photosynthesis. In addition to photosynthesis, plants also need to absorb some nutrients from the soil through their roots that are not available through the air, such as minerals and water. These nutrients play many important roles in the plant, such as forming the active centers of enzymes, maintaining the osmotic pressure in the cells, and participating in many biochemical reactions in the plant. Plants differ greatly from animals in the way they take in nutrients and energy. Animals obtain energy by ingesting organic matter from other organisms, while plants synthesize organic matter mainly through photosynthesis. Second, plants cannot live without water, which is the main component of the plant body. More importantly, chlorophyll in plants converts carbon dioxide and water into sugar and starch under sunlight. In addition, plants need to absorb some minerals such as calcium, iron, potassium and magnesium. However, these minerals do not need to be added specifically, as they are present in the soil and water where plants grow. Plants need to absorb carbon dioxide, water, and minerals such as calcium, iron, potassium, and magnesium as they grow. While most plants rely on photosynthesis to synthesize organic matter, there is a special group of plants, carnivorous plants. In addition to photosynthesis, carnivorous plants obtain additional nutrients by capturing and digesting small animals such as insects. Carnivorous plants employ this special nutritional strategy mainly because they grow in nutrient-poor soils and are unable to absorb sufficient mineral elements through their roots. After capturing prey, carnivorous plants use special digestive juices to break down the prey into absorbable nutrients. These nutrients are important for the growth and development of carnivorous plants and can help them survive in harsh environments. The second question is, do plants need to breathe? First, we need to be clear that plants, like humans, need to breathe. Respiration gives them the energy they need to grow. Respiration is the process by which organisms use oxygen and organic matter for energy metabolism, and plants also need energy to sustain their life activities. The energy produced by respiration in plants is mainly used to maintain the plant's life activities such as growth, differentiation and metabolism. Therefore, respiration plays a very important role in the growth and development of plants. So, what is the difference between plant respiration and human respiration? Human respiration uses the lungs to inhale oxygen. It metabolizes the oxygen and organic substances in food in the body to produce energy and waste products such as carbon dioxide, and then expels the carbon dioxide out of the body through respiration. In contrast, plant respiration uses the water absorbed by the roots and nutrients in the soil to metabolize them inside the cells, producing energy and waste products such as carbon dioxide, which is then expelled from the body. As you can see, plant respiration is very different from human respiration. So, what do plants rely on to breathe? Let me tell you, plants breathe through their stomata. If you look closely at the leaves of plants with a magnifying glass, we will find that there are many small pores on the leaves. Oxygen, carbon dioxide and other gases are through these small holes in and out. The pores on the green leaves are also like human nostrils, which never close, so plants are also like us, breathing all the time, day or night. During the day, plants take in a lot of carbon dioxide and release oxygen so that they can keep the air fresh. The third question is, do plants have body temperature? First, let's look at what body temperature is. Body temperature is the temperature maintained inside an organism, which is determined by the balance between the heat produced by the organism's internal metabolism and the temperature of the external environment. For humans and other animals, increases and decreases in body temperature are usually caused by metabolic activity within the body and changes in the temperature of the external environment. So, do plants also have body temperature? In fact, plants have body temperature just like we humans do, and body temperature can change. The body temperature of plants is not the same as that of animals. This is because the life activity of plants is mainly carried out through photosynthesis, and the energy produced by photosynthesis is mainly used for life activities such as synthesizing organic substances and maintaining the growth and development of plants, rather than producing a large amount of heat like animals. In addition, the temperature of plants is also influenced by the external environment, and they cannot regulate their body temperature through their own metabolic activities as animals do. Therefore, plants do not have a body temperature like animals. So, how is the temperature of plants regulated? In fact, the temperature of plants is influenced by the external environment. In the presence of full sunlight, the temperature of plants increases because they absorb more light energy. However, when the temperature rises, the temperature of plants decreases because they evaporate water through transpiration, thus lowering their temperature. In addition, the temperature of plants is influenced by factors such as humidity and wind speed of the external environment. When a small tree is sick, the ability of its roots to absorb underground water decreases. When a small tree does not get enough water, its body temperature rises, just like when we have a fever. At this point, we can use a thermometer to measure the temperature of the plants to determine if they are sick. Of course, other conditions can also make the body temperature of plants change. For example, plants need to evaporate water during transpiration during the day, and evaporating water will take away a lot of heat, and the body temperature of plants will drop. Finally, why do some people think that plants have body temperature? This may be because some plants emit some weak heat at night, a phenomenon known as plant heat or plant heat radiation. This heat is produced when plants absorb sunlight during the day through photosynthesis and convert it into chemical energy, which is then stored in the plant's body. At night, the plant converts this chemical energy into thermal energy, thus producing a weak heat. However, this heat is so weak that it cannot be detected by a conventional thermometer and therefore cannot be called the body temperature of a plant. Plants do not have a body temperature like animals do. The temperature of plants is influenced by the external environment, and they cannot regulate their body temperature by their own metabolic activities as animals do. Therefore, we should not confuse the heat of plants with the body temperature of animals. Thank you very much for reading this, and I hope you can help me with a like and a follow. Thank you.